Fuck! Hey! The untouchable True School Sports Empire, y'all know the rest. What a fight! What a fight! I had a lot to say about Raymond before going into the fight. I was wrong. I was wrong, guys. That's a fight motherfucker right there. I gotta be humble and I gotta be humble. I picked the other guy. I had Otabek. I had him by UD. I had him by UD. Raymond, hey, Raymond Ford. It was a great fight. I try to be a good sport on camera. I'm gonna try to be a good sport on camera. Let's see if Ford gets mad. Cause I got to say.
Yo, I watch your YouTube videos, man. Yo,
I gotta home myself right now because Raymond Ford.
I know you picked the other dude.
But I had him by UD. I didn't have him by stopping. And he was one round away. So we'll see how it goes. But that's how you want to watch.
I was watching your video when I was on my way up there, man.
That's why. What's your name, man?
It's Sharon.
Sharon, where you from?
I'm out of New York.
New York. Okay, good to see you, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. So I'm with Raymond Ford. Raymond Ford, let me have it, man.
Man, this is my biggest hater right here. Say nah.
So you're welcome. You're welcome.
Nah. It's all good. You know, it's opinion. It's all opinionated. You feel me? All love, man. I ain't got no bad.
Show a lot of heart, man.
Appreciate that, bro.
That's how you win a world title, man. Sure. God bless. All right, guys. So I'm with my guy Otabek Kholmatov from Uzbekistan. This guy is a great fighter and a true warrior of the sport, and you're gonna be champion one day.
Yeah. Keep soon champion. Me undisputed champion.
Yeah.
Soon.
Keep working hard.
Yeah.
All right.
James Twin for the untouchable True School Sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I'm going ahead and getting another day, a beautiful day. It's actually a very beautiful day today here in the quiet city of Mito, Japan. So it's great to be alive. It's great to finally have some sunshine because it's been, just dark and rainy and haven't even wanted to go outside the last couple of days. But, I figured I would use this video here because my last video that I did about Ring Magazine, I was pissed off because I genuinely believe to the core of my bones that Angelo Leo was screwed out of the knockout of the year. And I think he should have at least won one of the 3 awards he was nominated for. And Ring Magazine has lost some credibility in my eyes, but you can't always be negative in life. Not everything's all bad. They did get one award very right in my eyes. They got one award very right, and I wanted to take this time to talk about this fight again because in 2024, this fight right here was one of the fights that I enjoyed talking about the most in boxing. And for those of you who follow the build up to that fight, from like late 2023 going into the first quarter of 2024, you know how crazy the build-up to that fight was here on this channel. And that was none other than Raymond Ford versus Otabek Kholmatov. Yes, for the WBA title. They fought on March 2nd, 2024 up there in Verona, New York. And I had the privilege of being at that fight. And I'm so happy that they got this one right because It was an amazing fight. It was a great fight. This fight to me is like, if I were to show someone that doesn't know anything about boxing what's so great about boxing, this would be one of the fights that I would show them, because we'll start with the fight. Going into the fight is just telling the story of the fight itself. Raymond Ford, going into the fight, was he was undefeated, right? But he had some pretty piss poor performances in his career. Let's have it right. He had a very lackluster performance against Edward Vasquez. Didn't do well in that fight. Aaron Perez was another fight early in his career where he didn't look so good. He had been a very up and down fighter. Some performances he looked sensational. Some performances he looked very regular. And on top of that, Eddie Hearn, going into this fight, left him out to dry. He lost the purse bid at Top Rank. So Raymond Ford, even though he was the more known fighter in boxing at the time, he had to go to the B side. He had to play the B side in his own country. In his own country, in America. And he had to go to Top Rank to go win the world title on Top Rank on ESPN, right? So he was really against a lot of odds going into this fight. Otabek Kholmatov is a fighter that going into the fight I was very, very high on. And I still remain very high on him. I still think, at his best, he can give any featherweight in the world problems if he can make the weight healthily. And I think he'll still be a great fighter at 130, if he can be healthy and make the weight comfortably and get that knee worked on. But nonetheless, this is a guy that was very high risk, low reward in Kholmatov. I was very familiar with him going into the fight because he trained in South Florida. I've seen him spar like over 50, 60 rounds, butchering dudes in the gym. Just really good southpaw, tall boxer puncher, So it was a really good matchup on paper. I honestly thought Kholmatov was going to beat Raymond Ford. I thought this was, and I thought with the way everything was setting up for Raymond Ford, that Eddie Hearn kind of screwed him, and it was really a layup for Kholmatov if he can go in there and just have a good performance and not get knocked out. And let's say he would even win 6 rounds. I didn't even think he needed to win 7 rounds. He could have won 6 rounds, and I thought they would have gave it to him, to be honest with you. And that's not what happened. What we got was a really interesting fight. Like, I remember, because the perception of both fighters going into the fight was that Kholmatov was the puncher, Raymond Ford was the slick boxer that, Kholmatov wasn't going to outbox. And my prediction for the fight, and I got it wrong, but my prediction for the fight was Kholmatov, not by knockout, but by decision. I thought Kholmatov was a way better boxer than a lot of people were giving him credit for. And so the reason why this fight was so great was because the perceptions and the reputations that both fighters had, they fought in a different manner and had success doing it in this fight. Kholmatov had the reputation for being a big puncher going into the fight, but it was actually Kholmatov in a lot of rounds of this fight outboxed Raymond Ford, using that long, rangy southpaw jab and the experience he got from the Uzbek amateur system to outbox Raymond Ford in a lot of these rounds. And then Ford, who people don't associate with being a dog, being a guy that can step to you and beat you up in the pocket. That's what he was doing in the fight. He wasn't trying to box with Kholmatov. He came to fight Kholmatov, and he closed the gap inside that long southpaw jab of his, and he started beating him up as the fight went on. So Kholmatov, even in some of the rounds, Kholmatov was outboxing Ford. There were times where Ford would counter and place these shots to the body, and you could tell that Kholmatov was starting to feel these shots, and it all culminated in the very, very amazing 12th round where Kholmatov, his knee, which he's had a lot of problems on for years, his knee winds up giving out after Ford hit him, and he really runs away from Ford. And mind you, Kholmatov is up on the cards. He's up on the cards as this 12th round is happening, right? So Ford needed this knockout, and he gets the knockout with 7 seconds left on the clock, and he becomes the WBA featherweight champion. So to me, that fight was everything about boxing, everything great about boxing. It was, a fighter in Ford who really showed what kind of character he had. And it's like, I think Ford is a good example, right? And he gets the last laugh here because I was talking a whole lot of shit before the fight, but he gets the last laugh here because boxing fans are very, 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 very difficult. You have bad performances, they say you're trash. You have a loss in your record, they say you're trash. They hold it against you, no matter how good you do at some point, right? So Ford really showed what was in his heart and what was in his spirit, and he showed amazing character. And I think, no matter what happens to him the rest of his career, he's always going to have that fight to be proud of. And you know, as a boxing fan, I mean, I've been to a lot of fights. I mean, just in 2024 alone, I was looking at how many fights I went to last year. Last year, I went to, I think, 23 or 24 events. So you're talking about roughly 2 fights a month I was going to last year. I would say that one, along with Angel Leo and Bernardo Lopez, those are two of the most special. Those are two of my most special nights in boxing as a fan to see the fight. So, you know, yeah, just a great fight on all fronts. The storyline, the fight itself, the style matchup, the adjustments both fighters made. I mean, it was high level, but it was one of the highest level fights I've seen ever. Just because, like, you had Kholmatov, you know, being the boxer, Ford being the slugger in this fight. Just a lot of good adjustments. A little bit of everything in this fight. A lot of you know, high-level boxing skills, IQ. Then there was times where both fighters were dogging it out, trying to be the aggressive counterpuncher. Then you have, you know, both of them got hurt. Kholmatov gets hurt in the 12th round. Ford comes back on the cards and beats the buzzer. You know, he does the Kobe, the Steph Curry, the Dwayne Wade, whatever you want to call it. You know, Kemba Walker, whatever. He at the last minute he gets a knockout to win the world title. So to me, this is my pick for fight of the year, and this is probably, out of all the awards Ring Magazine had, this is the one that I agree with the most. They got this one right. So it's crazy. The riders can get this right, but they didn't get knockout of the year right. But it is what it is. We're all human. You got to extend forgiveness to get forgiveness in life. So, you know, I still, like, don't take Ring Magazine as seriously as I used to, but, you know, they got this one right. So I'll give them credit for at least getting this one right for Raymond Ford and Kholmatov, because they put on a great fight. Anyone, even though it wasn't the biggest fight, like it wasn't as big as Fury Usyk, anybody who watched that fight live got their money's worth. Anybody who was there in the crowd got their money's worth. And anybody who takes the time to watch and see how great that fight was, they'll get their money's worth now, even in 2025. So congratulations, Raymond Ford, who proved me wrong and a lot of people wrong, and showed what was in his heart and his spirit. And now he's at 130. He's at super featherweight. He's at super featherweight, and he looks stronger and faster up there. Otabek Kholmatov, I don't even think should be at featherweight, to be honest, because he was tall. He was big for the weight class when he fought Ford, and he's been out of the ring for a while. So, and I see some pictures, he's gotten a little heavy. So he probably needs to go to 130 to retain some of his power, because, you know, I didn't really see the power, or I didn't see the, not power, but I didn't see the, what was I going to say? Not power is not the word I'm looking for. I didn't see the level of sharpness in his punches that I'm accustomed to seeing in the gym when I watched him spar, because when I watch him spar, he's normally not, you know, he hasn't cut weight. He probably has more energy in his punches. So I think, look, I saw Otabek Kholmatov in a recent Instagram story. Kholmatov actually mentioned the fact that he posted a picture of him and Raymond Ford facing off, and he stated that he would love to do a rematch with Raymond Ford. So if Otabek Kholmatov moves to 130, I think there's an actual pathway to make a rematch. And I think a rematch for this fight, not only would it be great for boxing because it'd be a rematch of the fight of the year, but I think it's warranted. I think, like, there's people out there in the world that watch that fight that think that Raymond Ford got lucky. I mean, I'm not saying he got lucky, but I saw a lot of people say he got lucky because Kholmatov hurt his knee. And either way, regardless of what you thought about the fight, I think a rematch would be great if Otabek Kholmatov decides to move to 130. But regardless, March 2nd, 2024, at the Turning Stone Casino in Verona, New York, will live on forever as one of the great nights in box history. So shout out to both men. Shout out to the man from Camden, New Jersey. Shout out to that man from Uzbekistan for giving the boxing fans an unforgettable fight. And wish them both the best in their careers, because I'm a fan of both guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Japan. I said Japan? That's crazy. I said just a kid from Japan. No, I'm just a kid from Dania. It's South Florida, man. South Florida. I'm in Japan, but I'm not from Japan. So yeah, leave your comments down below and all that good stuff. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you click right over here.